All right, we are going to do an unboxing video from Goodwill.com. The box looks kind of beat up a little bit. I've heard most people that get stuff from Goodwill, not everybody, but I've heard a lot of busted things and not real swift packaging. But we're gonna find out. Using a Benchmade Griptilian, mini Griptilian knife for the box opening. Ooh, actually looks pretty bubble wrapped. Wow, that's not bad so far. So far I'm semi-impressed. Let's see if the item that I ordered comes out. They've done a fine job here. Oh, look at, and then the actual item is wrapped in cardboard. Look at that. Okay. Got it wrapped in heavy duty paper. And this stuff, look at this. Actually, it's pretty, oh, look at this. I put it on a wooden base, which got cracked, by the way. If you haven't guessed by now, it's a sewing machine. Behold. Wow. This is, well, these didn't get cracked. Usually those get cracked. That's what everybody, you know, they're not on top though, so. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's bolted to this. And probably a good thing it was on this wood, because that really protects the whole base. Maybe they just used the bolt like from a cabinet. That's a great idea, if that's what they did. Foot pedal, solid state. Oh, there goes that hunk of wood. There it is. All right, this is what came out of the box. It is a 1785 Kenmore, and it accepts cams, the C cams, I believe. Seems to be in pretty good shape. Actually, it was in real good shape. Although, when I took it out of the box and I turned this over, it was like it could hardly turn over. It's like it's just totally stiff. And when I plugged it in, it wouldn't go. It was like, and I'd have to help it along. Well, then I realized it was delivered at 7:19 in the morning, and I got home at about 4:19. So I sat outside in 32-degree weather. So basically, it was, you know, frozen. So as it warmed up, it got better and better. Now it was really good, really pretty nice. I did a little sewing here, but what I got set up. Got to get used to this machine. It's a little different than my. I got it on zigzag right now, I think. So yeah, it sews pretty decent. So yeah, it sews pretty good. I had to oil it up here and there and grease, of course. So pretty smooth. Yeah, it wouldn't. It wouldn't sew yesterday. It was about go, and it would stop. So try a little bit of zigzag here, right through that cam. And it's a drop-in bobbin, so I'm not used to that. So that's kind of cool, something different. I did notice when I took it apart yesterday. So it looks like a pretty good stitch, actually. I haven't messed with the balance or anything, but there is one nylon gear down there. Not sure what it does. It's doing something, but there's a nylon gear and there's a metal gear. Everything else is metal. You can pull this top off pretty easy, and everything's metal. So we'll see. I haven't heard, too many people with these Kenmores. They're supposed to be pretty darn good. So, and like I said, this one takes the C cams. You can do all kinds of pretty cool stitches. I did some yesterday on it, and it seemed like it worked pretty good. So these are some of the stitches I did yesterday that were on the cam. This little pattern here, and I kind of had the stitches too tight there, but yeah, it works pretty decent machine. Now the only thing that, and I didn't know this, looking it over, it's like, wow, it looks great, everything's fine. I noticed there was, where the logo is here, it was broken. That's no big deal. So you can see how I got it threaded, just going up like that. What's supposed to be here is a thread guide right there. They stick out. Another one sticks out here. It's like an H, and they stick out, and they didn't get broke in the packaging of it. So it was that when I looked back at the photos of when I bought it, it was like that. So they didn't break it. So, but I imagine I looked on eBay last night, and a couple of parts machines, they had them all parted out. This piece here was sold out. So I think I'm going to make it. I can just get some thread. I think you get some of these thread guides like that, or, even something like that. And I'm just going to get a piece of plastic, and it just unscrews. You can kind of see the screws there, and put it on there. And I mean, it works good this way. If you're going to do some twin needle stuff, the threads would be going all over. So I think you definitely, if you had the spool sitting over here, you'd want to have that one going through that one. But not a big issue, certainly. Does not drop the feed dogs. I think there's actually an extra plate that goes on here just to raise it up. So if you wanted to do free motion or something like that, you'd have to get that. Unlike my 1914, which does everything. The ultimate machine there. I love that one. Yeah, otherwise it's a pretty good deal. I mean, I like it so far. It does have when I took it apart, the motor said 0.7 amps, so it's not quite an amp. They call it an amp on the back. That machine, that 1914 there, has a 1.2 amp motor in it, and when I took it apart to grease it and do all the greasings and everything, and that's exactly what it is. So this motor is smaller, and so it's not built, it's certainly not going to be as powerful as there's a 158 1516 sitting in this cabinet here. I think that has a 1 amp motor. So, and that also accepts cams, so it's pretty similar. It doesn't have the stitch modifier or anything like this one does, and it's set up different. It's not a free arm. This is kind of a cool thing here, I guess, for your buttonholer. You pop that, there's your gear. You put your buttonhole. I don't have the buttonholer for this one, but that's pretty neat. I mean, it's kind of a neat deal there. And then, whoops, stepped on the foot pedal. This thing I think you can just, let's see, how did I do that before? You can just flip this thing over. Oh yeah, this button here. So you can just flip it over to free arm. So then you got your free arm right here. Or if you just need to take it out, you hit that button and the whole thing comes out. So that's kind of different. I wish they had storage in these things. You know what I mean? But so that's pretty cool. No. But yeah, I haven't messed too much with the tensioning or anything with it. So, so far, just like I say, I thought it was something was seized in there when I took it out of the box. When I realized then what was going on, when I was feeling everything was so cold. Well, it's like, yeah, if you take a sewing machine and stick it in the 32-degree weather for 10 hours, she's probably not going to run on you. Just in case somebody else gets a box and sitting on their porch all day. Anyways, that is the 1785 158 Kenmore, made in Japan. Looks like a pretty good unit, and yeah, I like it. I never have too many sewing machines. I didn't really say that. We're just gonna play with the stitches a little bit. I think I put it on that little stretch stitch there, and